Hello there everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel, Lessons with Guitar Man. My name's Aaron and I'll be your designated driver here today for this brand new series I'm calling Aaron's Quick Licks. What I'm basically going to do here is get down and dirty and just show you a series of licks, ideas, or musical devices that I've learned over the years, and hopefully you can take a little bit out of each one of these Quick Licks series and plug them into your playing to help your guitar playing journey maybe just a little bit smoother. What I'm going to do here with video number one is take the G major scale and give you a few ideas that you can use to hopefully make it sound not so boring and scaleistic, if you will. And for those of you that want to get the tabs for all this stuff, I'll put that up on my Patreon page at patreon.com/lessonswithguitarman, and you can find a link to that in the description below. So let's go ahead and dive right in there and see what some of these musical ideas are with the G major scale. For those of you that don't know it, the G major scale, or what I'm going to show here today, is starting on the root here on the 3rd fret, and that is going to go like so. I'll put a little diagram up on the screen here. 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5. Now what can we do to spruce that up or make it sound better to where it doesn't sound like we're playing a scale? So the first thing that you can do is go up in 2-note intervals, and that's going to go like so. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and so on. This time we're going to go up 3 notes, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Right? Whoops. Until you get to the top. Alright, now that's a little tougher than it looks, but that's a great exercise to get you moving through that scale to make it sound a little less like you're playing like a scale. So the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and move up this in 4-note intervals. 1, 2, ready, go. Now that is not as easy as it looks either, but it's an absolutely fantastic exercise to get your ear thinking outside the box of playing just a scale type pattern. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is basically go up in thirds here. So we're going to do the first note, skip the next note, and go to the next note. So if I was to go 1, 2, 3, you'd skip the second one and go to the third. So 1, skip, 3. Then go to this one and go 1, skip, here. And then this one, skip, here. And what ends up happening here is you're climbing up the scale in thirds, and it sounds like this. 1, 2, ready, go. Right. Now that is definitely harder than all the other ones for whatever reason, but I think that's a great one to learn because it'll get your ear starting to hear the third intervals of major and minor chords, and it just sounds really cool, especially when you're playing tunes and stuff. So I would highly recommend doing that one very slowly, up and down, back and around, and I think you'll get a whole lot out of that one too. All right, and the last thing I want to do here is basically where you go through the scale hitting random notes anywhere in the scale on any string at any given time. Now I know that sounds weird and crazy, but let me go ahead and demonstrate here for a second and I'll show you the idea behind it. So here we go. Now, I know that probably sounded very discombobulated and made absolutely zero sense, but the idea here is you start to hear where all these notes go, and eventually you get to a point where you can actually place them where you want them to go. I know that sounds crazy, but if you practice it a little bit, you'll understand. What I would do when you start off with this is start right here and maybe just take like that much of the scale, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like these notes, and maybe just start with those notes and randomly place notes anywhere and just go. And just kind of start there like that. There's no right or wrong way to do this, but trust me, it will help your playing tremendously as you become a more advanced player. What exactly do you do with all this stuff, and how do you apply it to your guitar playing? All right, so what I'm going to do here now is take the traditional tune, Home Sweet Home, that I'm sure most of you out there have heard at some point or another, and no, it's not Motley Crue's version, although I do wish I knew how to play that, and I might actually figure it out one day, but that's another story. But I want to take the traditional tune, Home Sweet Home, and just take the A section, and what I'm going to do is run through it here real quick and use each one of these musical ideas over it so you can hear what my brain would do with some of these musical devices. First, we're going to do the two notes. Now 3 notes. 3 notes. Now what I'm going to do is do the 4 notes and weave through this. All right, so what I'm going to do now is go up in thirds so you can hear what that sounds like. All right, and so last but not least, I'm going to put the random notes in the scale at any given time in this and see what I might come up with here. Now, I know that may have sounded a little strange, but after you do it for a little bit, it'll start to make a lot more sense, and I think it will help you tremendously in your guitar playing journey. All right, well, that's a wrap on Aaron's Quick Licks video number 1. If you have any questions for me, feel free to send me an email listed below in the description. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button because it really helps me out, and I'll be seeing you down the road.